I don't need a job. I just need a rich man who's almost in the grave. That was Vanessa's gospel, beautiful, bold, and dangerously driven by greed. But when she finally got everything she ever wanted, life asked her one question. What will you do when the price of soft life becomes your soul? Some girls grow up dreaming of degrees, careers, and independence. Vanessa grew up dreaming of diamonds, designer shoes, and champagne toasts in private jets. To her, beauty was a weapon. Men were the battlefield. And love? Love was just the bait. She believed that soft life wasn't earned, it was married. And tonight, she was ready to make her next move. Vanessa lay on a velvet couch in a silk robe, her glowing caramel skin catching the golden light filtering through the blinds. With one hand, she scrolled through Instagram, liking photos of private yachts, Chanel bags, and girls clinking wine glasses in Dubai. A wide grin spread across her face. "This soft life isn't hard," she muttered. "You just have to know your market." From the kitchen, her younger sister Lily stirred a pot of rice, side-eyeing her. "Vanessa, you really think that's life, depending on some man to take care of you forever?" Vanessa rolled her eyes. "Yes, actually. Why should I break my back when men are out here spending millions like pocket change?" Lily walked to the living room, wiping her hands. "But it's not your money. You don't own anything. One day they'll stop picking your calls. And then what?" Vanessa sat up, flipping her long black hair over her shoulder. "You don't get it, Lily. All I have to do is look good, smile sweet, and know when to strike. Trust me, I know what I'm doing." "And when your looks fade?" Lily asked, arms folded. "I'll already be living in a mansion with a diamond on my finger," Vanessa said smugly. "You'll still be sewing skirts and begging customers to collect their clothes." Lily bit her lip, hurt but not surprised. That evening, a red Benz honked outside. Grace, Vanessa's best friend and partner in luxury, stepped out in a dazzling mini dress and sky-high heels. "Let's go, babe," she called. "New lounge just opened on the island. All the high rollers are there tonight." Vanessa jumped up. "Say less! Give me 20 minutes!" As she applied her makeup, Lily appeared at the door again. "Vanessa, please, think about your life. You're almost 30. No job, no plan, just clothes and clubs." Vanessa paused, holding her lipstick in front of the mirror. Then she smirked. "I may not have a plan yet," she said, smoothing her lipstick, "but give me one night, and I'll find a billionaire willing to fund one." Lily opened her mouth, but said nothing. She knew her sister too well. Vanessa would only learn the hard way. The lounge glowed like gold. Velvet seats, glass chandeliers, soft jazz, and men in tailored suits. Vanessa and Grace walked in like they owned the place. Every head turned. That's how they liked it. Grace leaned in and whispered, "See that man in the VIP? That's Chief Edward, oil and gas. Been spoiling me for weeks, but he's not my type. Too old." Vanessa looked over. A frail man, clearly in his 80s, sat with a cane by his side and 2 bodyguards nearby. His watch sparkled. His aura screamed power. Vanessa's eyes gleamed. "Then he's mine." They walked over. Chief Edward looked up slowly. Well, he said in a deep, gravelly voice. "Grace, and who's your beautiful friend?" "This is Vanessa," Grace said with hesitation. "A pleasure to meet you," Vanessa said, offering her hand. He kissed it gently. "The pleasure is mine. Your smile could melt walls." Vanessa blushed on cue. "I've heard about you, Chief, but you look even more powerful in person." He chuckled. "Flattery looks good on you. Join me." He paid for everything that night. Bottles, food, even their ride home. In the car, Grace turned to Vanessa. "Be careful. Old money comes with old secrets." Vanessa just smiled, her thoughts racing. This is it. I've found my plan. Back home, Lily was sitting on the front porch, arms crossed. "You came home late again." Vanessa walked past her, heels clicking. "Get used to it." "You're chasing shadows, Vanessa," Lily said quietly. Vanessa turned with a smug smile. "No, Lily, I'm chasing soft life, and I'm this close to catching it." After that night at the lounge, Chief Edward began calling Vanessa daily, sending her flowers, perfumes, and quiet compliments. He was old, yes, but he was generous and gentle. The kind of man who preferred soft jazz to shouting matches and always asked how she slept. They started going out for private dinners, always in secluded restaurants with dim lights and violin music. He listened more than he talked. And when he did talk, it was never about lust. It was about legacy, comfort, and peace. Vanessa couldn't believe her luck. One afternoon, Grace came over, her tone colder than usual. "You and Chief Edward are talking now?" she asked as they sorted laundry in Vanessa's room. Vanessa didn't flinch. "We're seeing each other, yes." Grace raised a brow. "Wow. You could have told me before calling him behind my back. He was buying me gifts. I introduced you to." Vanessa shrugged. "You said he wasn't your type." "I said I wasn't interested. That doesn't mean you steal my connection," Grace snapped. "There's something called respect." Vanessa folded a blouse slowly. "I saw an opportunity. You didn't move. I did." Grace stood. "Just be careful. Old money comes with old secrets." But Vanessa was too deep in her dream to listen. Weeks passed. Then, one golden evening, on a rooftop dinner with city lights twinkling below, Chief Edward pulled out a velvet box. A diamond ring, huge, glittering like ice under firelight. "Vanessa," he said, voice trembling, "you've brought color to my final years. I want to spend whatever time I have left with you. Will you marry me?" Vanessa blinked slowly, steadying herself. Her heart didn't flutter. Her mind calculated. This was the finish line. She was about to become a billionaire's wife. "Yes, Chief," she said sweetly, sliding the ring on. "Yes, I will." The wedding made headlines. "Young beauty marries billionaire tycoon." Instagram boiled. Everyone had an opinion. Vanessa didn't care. She moved into the mansion, slept on imported silk, wore diamonds to brunch, posted pictures of her walking barefoot beside an Olympic-size pool. Everyone called her lucky. Her younger sister, Lily, came to visit one afternoon. Her eyes widened as she entered the living room. "This place is unreal." Vanessa smirked. "From local life to luxury, God is good." Lily looked around, then back at her. "Are you happy, though?" Vanessa tilted her head. "I'm rich, Lily. That's better than happy." But wealth couldn't slow time. Within months, Chief Edward began to change. His hands shook more. He dozed off mid-sentences. Sometimes he forgot what day it was. "Maybe you should see a doctor," Vanessa said one night as he coughed violently. "It's age, love. Nothing serious," he insisted. "I've lived a long life. My bones just need rest." She wasn't worried. Not yet. If anything, she believed his decline meant one thing. She was getting closer to full control of the empire. Then something else began to shift inside her. Vanessa stood in front of the bathroom mirror one morning, brushing her teeth, when a sudden wave of nausea hit. She dropped the brush and leaned over the sink, gagging. "Ugh, maybe the prawns last night were bad," she muttered. But then it happened again the next day, and the day after that. Her appetite shifted. Her body felt heavier. Her period never came. She stared at herself in the mirror, hand slowly moving to her stomach. "No, not now," she whispered. "This wasn't part of the plan." Still, she told no one. Not Chief Edward, not Grace, not even Lily. She needed time to think. Then, one rainy evening, Chief Edward called her into his study. His face was pale, his hands shook. Something in the air felt final. "There's something I need to tell you," he began softly. Vanessa leaned in. "What is it?" He swallowed hard. 5 years ago, I was bankrupt. I lost everything, business, reputation. Then, someone approached me with an offer. He said he could give me back my fortune, but there would be a price. Vanessa stiffened. "What kind of price?" "The wealth would last 5 years. Then I'd die. And everything, my houses, cars, accounts, would disappear." Vanessa's breath caught. "You're joking." "I wish I was," he said, voice breaking. "But the signs are here. My time is almost up." She stood, trembling. "So, you made a deal with what? The devil? Witchcraft? And now I'm married to a curse?" "I just wanted to leave something behind," he said weakly. "You and the baby." Vanessa's eyes widened. "What baby?" "I know you're pregnant," he said with a gentle smile. "I saw the signs. I may be old, but I'm not blind." Vanessa turned, pacing in disbelief. Her stomach churned. "You're telling me I married you, got pregnant, and none of this is real? The money? It's going to disappear?" He nodded. "I'm sorry." Vanessa stormed out, heart pounding, her vision blurry. Everything she had chased was collapsing before her eyes, and the illusion she fought so hard to build was about to vanish like smoke. A week after that haunting confession, Chief Edward passed away in his sleep. No noise, no warning, just silence. Vanessa wore black at the funeral, clutching her swollen belly. Less than 2 months later, she gave birth to Noah in the mansion's private wing. For a while, life went on. She lived alone in luxury, raising her son, believing maybe the curse had skipped her. But the 5th year didn't forget. It arrived quietly and took everything. The morning the curse began to show its teeth, Vanessa sat frozen in her walk-in closet, surrounded by designer clothes, bags, and shoes, each item now a cruel joke. She didn't cry, she didn't scream. She strategized. "I need to secure something, anything," she whispered, dialing numbers and flipping through contact lists. Over the next few days, Vanessa met with real estate agents, jewelers, and Edward's business associates. She tried to sell properties, cash and jewelry, even move money to secret accounts. But every door she knocked on was already locked. She had waited too long, and the curse was already collecting its debt. One buyer promised millions, then vanished. Another scammed her with fake proof of payment. She was being played. Then it got worse. One of Edward's top companies went up in flames. Literally. News headlines spread across the country. Chief Edward's oil empire burns. Suspected sabotage or ritual backlash. Vanessa watched the footage from the marble living room. Smoke poured from the skyscraper she once used for Instagram selfies. Reporters shouted. Firefighters scrambled. She covered her mouth, whispering, "No, no, no, no." The next day, she rushed to the mansion's private vault to retrieve the jewelry Edward had gifted her. But as she arrived, police were at the gates. "Mrs. Edward?" one officer asked. "Yes," she said, throat dry. "There was a break-in last night. The vault was emptied. All valuables are gone." Vanessa froze. "Gone!" "We're investigating. But whoever did it knew exactly what they were looking for." Her knees buckled. The last of her fortune, stolen. With nothing left, Vanessa packed a small bag, held her baby boy Noah, now almost 1, and walked away from the mansion she once ruled. She had no house, no staff, no friends, only shame and a child to feed. She stood outside Grace's modest apartment, trembling. Her heels were gone. Her hair was wrapped in a faded scarf. Noah clung to her. When Grace opened the door, her jaw dropped. "Vanessa." Vanessa collapsed to her knees, holding Grace's leg. "Please," she cried, tears falling freely. "I know I betrayed you, but I have nowhere else to go. I have a child now. Please." Grace stared for a moment, shocked at the sight of her former best friend, the woman who once wore diamonds, now begging in a worn-out gown. She looked at Noah. His innocent eyes blinked up at her. Grace sighed. "I'm letting you in, but not for you, for him." Vanessa sobbed harder. "Thank you. I'll do anything." Grace stepped aside. "Then listen carefully. This is not a mansion. This is a second chance. You follow my rules, you get a job, you change." Vanessa nodded quickly. "Yes, I promise." Inside, Vanessa noticed how different Grace had become. Gone were the flashy wigs, loud music, and club flyers. Grace wore joggers and a plain t-shirt, her laptop open on the dining table. "You've changed," Vanessa said softly. Grace nodded. "I had to. I got tired of fake living, tired of depending on men who only saw me as a body, so I left it behind." Vanessa looked confused. "So what do you do now?" "I work remote, customer support for a tech company overseas. Pays well. I work from home. No boss yelling, no drama, just my peace." Vanessa blinked. "Tech? You?" "Yes, me." Grace smiled. "I took courses online. Learned the skills. You can too." Vanessa looked down, ashamed. "I don't even know where to start." "I'll help you," Grace said. "But only if you're ready to let go of your past." Vanessa nodded. "I want to." Weeks passed. Vanessa got a job as a cashier at a shopping mall. It wasn't glamorous, but it was real. Each day she woke early, bathed Noah, dropped him at daycare, and headed to work in her uniform. She hated it, but endured it. Grace supported her with rent, meals, and encouragement. Then came the slap. One Monday afternoon, as Vanessa scanned items at the register, a woman walked up with 2 luxury handbags. She looked at Vanessa, squinted, and gasped. "Wait, Vanessa Edward? Are you not the billionaire's wife?" Vanessa stiffened. The woman laughed out loud. "Ha! So this is where you landed? From soft life to supermarket? Life is really funny." Customers turned to look. The woman clapped dramatically. "Madam Cashier, please keep the change. Buy yourself small dignity." Vanessa's fingers shook. Her eyes welled up. As soon as the woman walked away, she rushed into the staff restroom and locked the door. She leaned against the wall and slid down, sobbing. That was the day her pride broke completely. She looked in the mirror, cheeks streaked with tears. "I tried to change. I'm trying, but maybe I'm not built for this." That night, after putting Noah to sleep, she scrolled through Instagram. Girls were flying to Maldives, posing beside private jets, tagging rich men, champagne, laughter, designer bags. She stared for a long time, then whispered, "This time, I'll be smarter. No love, no marriage, just benefits." She picked up her phone, opened her makeup bag, and pulled out a carefully folded dress. Grace didn't know, but Vanessa was already planning her comeback. It started quietly. A glance in the mirror. A red dress unfolded late at night. A message from an old club contact she hadn't deleted. At first, she told herself it was just curiosity, a peek, a test. But deep down, she knew. She missed the power, the attention, the illusion of control. By day, she still worked at the mall trying to be a changed woman. But by night, when Noah slept and Grace logged into her remote job, Vanessa came alive in secret. The first few days at Grace's apartment were sobering. Vanessa truly tried, waking up early to prepare Noah's food, commuting, smiling at rude customers, staring at a low bank balance and reminding herself to be grateful. But nothing about it felt right. She didn't feel human. She felt erased. Even though Grace never judged her out loud, Vanessa felt the shift, like she was a project, not a person. When Grace reminded her to budget or offered online courses, it came from love, but also from pity. One night, after getting rejected for a remote customer support job, Vanessa closed her laptop in silence and just sat, staring into nothing. "We regret to inform you." A week later, she opened an old storage box and found the red dress from her first night with Chief Edward. She held it up slowly and pressed it against her chest. Then she stood in front of the mirror and whispered, "I was somebody in this." 3 months passed. To the outside world, Vanessa looked like a woman trying. To Grace, she was a success story. To herself, she was a ticking time bomb. She began going out again, quietly. No Instagram, no flashy outfits, no group selfies, just lounges, just conversation, just possibilities. She thought of Lily once, wondering if her sister still prayed for her, or if she'd finally given up completely. Then came Raymond, early 40s, sharp suits, 2 phones, a Rolex, money in his silence. "You're too pretty to be this quiet," he said the first night. She smiled. "I've said enough in past lives." That night, she didn't return to Grace's apartment. 2 days later, she packed her things, including Noah's clothes, food, and toys, and quietly moved into the apartment Raymond provided. She left no explanation, just a text that read, "Got a remote job abroad. Company offered relocation. Thank you for everything, sis. I love you," Grace replied with a long, emotional voice note, proud and hopeful. Vanessa never opened it. Raymond was clear. No love, no drama, no demands, just company, privacy, and loyalty. In return, a 2 million naira monthly allowance, a serviced apartment, a second-hand car, grocery money, childcare money, silence money. Vanessa never explained Noah. Raymond never asked. But when he handed her extra cash and said, "For the boy, too. I don't want excuses," she understood the rules. No lies, no confessions, no attachments. Even Noah had become part of the transaction. One night, as she counted cash in her bedroom wearing silk, Raymond entered with a glass of wine. "Don't ever try what you did with Edward," he said without looking at her. Vanessa froze. "What do you mean?" He smirked. "I know about the mansion, the curse, the scam, the vault, the soft life that disappeared overnight." She stared at him, heartbeat pounding. "I'm not Edward," Raymond added. "If you betray me, you won't need demons to destroy you. I'll do it myself." He kissed her on the cheek and walked out. Vanessa sat frozen on the bed. The money in her hands felt cold. She looked in the mirror. Her skin glowed. Her lips shimmered. But her eyes, gone. "I said I was smarter," she whispered. "But I just picked a new prison." Noah's soft cry came from the next room. She quickly wiped her face and smiled. "Mommy's coming." 1 week later, while driving past Brighton Grove, Vanessa saw a familiar face outside a modern building. It was Grace, standing beside a banner. "Free Digital Skills for Girls," sponsored by Women in Tech Nigeria. She wore simple jeans and a shirt. She was smiling, alive, free. Vanessa parked and watched her from the other side of the road. For 10 minutes, she sat silently, hands gripping the wheel. Grace noticed the car. She squinted. Vanessa looked away, shifted into gear, and drove off without a wave. The distance between them had grown too wide. The mansion was quieter now. Raymond's money still flowed, but the man himself had become colder, more calculated. Vanessa knew something was shifting. Her nights were lonelier. His visits more abrupt. One night, after an event, Vanessa wandered into the wrong hallway in one of Raymond's new properties. A door was ajar. Inside, 2 teenage girls. One was bruised. The other tried to hide a needle. Vanessa's chest tightened. One of them looked at her and whispered, "This isn't a party. It's trafficking." Before she could step back, the door creaked shut behind her. Raymond stood in the hallway, glass in hand, watching. "Curiosity will bury you," he said calmly. "Just like Edward." Vanessa said nothing, but inside, she shattered. In the following days, reality fell apart fast. Vanessa started noticing signs. Her name on export manifests, her signature beside delivery documents, her face caught in security footage next to underage victims. And the bank accounts, some in her name, suddenly showed large transactions. She was the perfect scapegoat. She confronted Raymond. "You used me." He didn't even blink. "No, Vanessa. I paid you. You signed. You smiled. You stayed. You said no drama, no secrets. You lied." "I said no love. You brought that on yourself." He set a thick envelope on the table. "Take this. Shut up. Or disappear." That night, Vanessa packed Noah's clothes in silence. She had to act before they both disappeared in a different way. Then the police came. Not with sirens. Quietly, early in the morning. But they didn't find Vanessa at home. Instead, Grace opened her door to find Noah on her doorstep, wrapped in a soft blanket, a note taped to his chest. "Please take care of him. He deserves better. Vanessa." Hours later, Vanessa walked into a police station alone. No lawyer, no excuses, just a woman ready to end the lie. "I'm here to surrender," she said, "and I have a lot to confess." In a cold, windowless room, she laid it all bare. "His name is Raymond. He funds the entire ring through shell companies, fake nonprofits, and real estate fronts. I watched the money flow. I helped file shipment documents I never questioned. The houses? They look luxurious, but each one has locked rooms, surveillance, panic buttons, not for the victims, but for him. I tried to walk away. He threatened me, showed me footage, said if I talked I'd vanish, that every finger would point to me, and he was right. My fingerprints, my face, my name, I was the mask." She paused, then added, voice trembling, "But I can't stay silent anymore, not when Noah's life is at stake. I'll take whatever punishment comes, but I want him free." The charges were brutal. Trafficking, aiding transport of minors, financial laundering. Inside prison, Vanessa became invisible. Gone were the heels, the perfumes, the poolside selfies. Now it was iron beds and numbered uniforms. Weeks passed. One rainy afternoon, Lily and Grace came to visit, with Noah. Vanessa rushed to the glass, eyes swollen. Noah pressed his little hands to the window. "Mama!" Her knees buckled. "I'm sorry, baby. I'm so sorry." Lily's voice was soft, yet guarded. "She lied to you, Grace. She lied to all of us." Grace nodded. She did, but she also told the truth when it counted. They stayed 10 minutes longer. "Take him far," Vanessa said tearfully. "Give him a chance." Grace nodded. "He won't know this side of you. He'll know a mother who tried." The courtroom was silent. No media, no photographers. Just a tired judge and a sentence, 25 years. No parole. Vanessa closed her eyes. Soft life. Cost me my soul. And this time, no smile followed. Just silence. Because now she finally understood. Every lie eventually demands a price. And she had paid it in full. 3 days later, news broke. Raymond caught in Dubai apartment linked to human trafficking ring, now in Interpol custody.